You know, it's amazing how our pets can turn the most ordinary days into something really special.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
Sure.
I actually met one of my closest friends because of my dog Winston.
Oh, wow.
Because in the middle of the week, too, like a rainy Tuesday.
Oh.
Yeah. And the dog park was practically empty.
Yeah.
Except for this one golden retriever having a blast in the muddiest part of the park.
Of course.
And, of course, Winston, he beelined straight for this happy, muddy pup.
They knows how to find him.
And as it turns out, the owner was new in town, and, well, we just hit it off.
I love that.
So, yeah, Winston's muddy little adventure led to a real friendship for me. Who knew?
That's fantastic.
And it actually ties in perfectly with today's deep dive.
Oh, does it?
It does. We're exploring this idea that pets are like these secret weapons for connection and growth.
I like that, secret weapons.
Right. It's like they have this superpower to unlock connections we didn't even realize were there.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're digging into today with this LinkedIn article by Christine Tayler.
Okay.
She calls herself an intuitive pet specialist.
Interesting.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But she makes a really compelling argument.
Okay.
She says that even those everyday little encounters with our pets, even just like a quick walk around the block,
Yeah.
those can open us up to incredible personal and professional growth.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
And she's got some really fascinating examples to back it up.
Well, and think about it from this perspective. There's actual science behind this.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
Well,
Shared interests, especially when it's something as emotionally powerful as pets.
right.
They tap into a really powerful psychological mechanism, one that just naturally seems to foster these genuine connections.
So it's more than just a feeling. It's like hardwired into us.
In a way, it is. And to illustrate this, Christine shares a really relatable anecdote in her article.
Yeah.
She talks about how she was on a walk with her dog, feeling stress caught up in her own head.
Oh, I've been there.
And then her dog's greeting
Yeah.
pulls her into this totally unexpected conversation with a stranger.
Yeah.
And just like that, her whole energy shifted. It was like this instant mood boost.
It's amazing how just a small interaction like that can completely change your outlook.
And all because of that shared moment with her dog and this other person.
Exactly. And it's important to remember that approaching someone out of the blue can be tough.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We put up walls sometimes without even realizing it.
But when you have that shared interest, that love for dogs, for example, it becomes an instant icebreaker.
Oh, totally. It's like having a built-in conversation starter.
Exactly. The interaction immediately feels safer, more approachable.
Yeah.
You go from being strangers to being united by this common passion, fellow dog enthusiasts.
And that's when things get really interesting. Because Christine gives all these examples of how those initial interactions,
Right.
the ones sparked by our pets,
Yes.
they can actually transform into something much deeper.
Oh, I like where this is going.
Like she talks about this one time she had a chance encounter at a pet store.
Okay.
And believe it or not, they bonded over their shared love for the same brand of natural pet food.
You're kidding. That's hilarious.
I know, right? It seems so simple.
It does. But it speaks to the power of those small, seemingly insignificant shared experiences.
Okay, so how does something like that go from a quick, oh, you like that brand too, to a real connection?
Because you're not just making small talk.
Yeah.
You're connecting on something deeper, a shared passion for your pets.
Okay.
And those little moments, they can form the foundation for something much stronger.
Interesting.
You're not just exchanging pleasantries anymore. You're establishing common ground.
So it's about finding that common ground.
And as Kristen points out, this is often how those stronger bonds begin to form.
It reminds me of those times at the dog park.
Oh, tell me about it.
You start with a quick hello, and the next thing you know, you're playing play dates and sharing training tips.
Exactly.
You're building a shared history.
You're becoming part of a community.
And it all started with that shared love for dogs.
Precisely. It's about moving beyond those surface-level interactions
Okay.
and into the realm of shared experiences.
Shared experiences. Got it.
Like, think about it. Wouldn't you feel more connected to someone after surviving the joyful chaos of a dog park together?
Huh. Well, I see your point.
Or how about trading tips on how to handle your dog's insatiable appetite for chewing slippers?
Okay, true. That's a bonding experience for sure.
Right. These shared experiences create a foundation for something much deeper and more meaningful.
Yeah.
They weave us together through laughter, shared frustration.
Right.
And the simple joy of being in the company of others who just get it.
Who get it?
Exactly. It's in those moments that those initial connections have the potential to blossom into something much more significant.
So those little moments can turn into some pretty big stuff.
Yep.
It really is amazing how these shared experiences can create such strong bonds in the most unexpected ways.
Yeah.
And here's where Christine's insights take a really interesting turn.
Okay.
She found that this whole pets as social connectors thing,
Right.
it wasn't just limited to her personal life.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it actually started to impact her professional life as well.
At work.
Yeah, at work.
Wow. How so?
Well, she found that those casual conversations about pets,
Yeah.
those often led to unexpected connections and opportunities.
Oh, that's interesting. You know, it makes sense. We're seeing this growing trend of pet-friendly workplaces.
Oh, totally.
Companies are realizing that our pets are a huge part of our lives. And they're not just allowing pets in the office.
Right.
They're actively encouraging that kind of pet-inclusive environment.
It creates a sense of community.
Exactly. And think about it.
Yeah.
Those water cooler moments about our pets,
Yeah, those casual chats.
they can organically transform into something more.
Like what? Networking opportunities?
Exactly. Or brainstorming sessions.
Oh, wow.
Maybe even collaborations.
I've totally had those moments at work.
Really?
Yeah, where a simple conversation about our dogs, it completely changed my relationship with a colleague.
I get that.
Like suddenly you're not just colleagues anymore. You're
Yeah.
sharing stories,
Yeah.
comparing notes about your pet's latest antics.
It humanizes the workplace.
It really does.
It's about finding those common threads that extend beyond the work itself.
Exactly. And for anyone listening who's both an animal lover, A&D, career driven,
Yeah.
this is huge.
It means you don't have to choose one or the other.
Right. You can embrace both.
Embrace it.
Yeah.
Let those passions shine through.
And you know what I find so compelling about all of this?
What's that?
Christine's own story. She's a perfect example of this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she went from enjoying those solitary walks with her dog to becoming this amazing connector within her community.
Wow, that's amazing.
She even started hosting pet playdates.
That's so cool.
Talk about a ripple effect.
It really is. It
Yeah.
speaks to our inherent human need for connection,
It does.
that need to belong. That's what Christine's experience really highlights.
And our pets can help us tap into that.
They can be the bridge.
Think about it.
I am.
The sense of community that you find at a dog park.
Yeah.
It's more than just a place for dogs to run around.
Right.
It's a social hub.
Totally. It's a support system.
It's a place where people come together.
Exactly. It's like our pets become these ambassadors,
I like that, ambassador.
helping us build these micro communities in the most unexpected places.
And within those communities,
Yeah.
we find support.
Absolutely.
Whether it's advice, a helping hand,
Right. Or just someone who gets it.
someone who understands the ups and downs of being a pet parent.
These connections are so valuable.
They really are. And what's so remarkable about Christine's journey is that she didn't set out to become a community builder.
She just kind of fell into it.
Exactly. Which just goes to show you that sometimes
Yeah.
the most profound personal growth happens when we focus on connecting with others.
And our pets can be the key.
They can be the catalyst for those connections. It's funny how we can forget that sometimes those deep connections we crave,
Yeah.
they're often right in front of us.
You really are. It's like Christine's story reminds us that we're wired for connection.
Right.
And sometimes all it takes is a furry little nudge in the right direction.
And our pets are pretty good at giving those nudges.
They're experts. Those chance encounters at the dog park.
Right.
Or those shared laughs over your cat's latest antics.
Those little moments can lead to some pretty incredible friendships.
Exactly. Don't underestimate the power of a simple pet-initiated conversation.
Christine's story is proof of that.
It is. It reminds us to be open to those unexpected connections.
And to embrace those small moments because you never know where they might lead.
You really don't. So tell
Yeah.
me, how do you think you might leverage your pet's incredible ability to connect with others?
It's a great question. And we want to hear from you, our amazing listeners.
Yeah, tell us.
Share your stories in the comments. What's one small step you could take today to unlock a new connection? Or maybe deepen an existing one through your pet?
Maybe it's finally joining that local dog walking group.
A good idea.
Or striking up a conversation with someone at the pet supply store.
It's about putting yourself out there.
Exactly. And who knows, you might just be surprised at the incredible connections you make.
It's all thanks to those furry little matchmakers in our lives.
They have a knack for bringing people together.
That they do. Well, that's it for today's deep dive. Thanks for joining us as we explored the fascinating ways our pets can help us unlock deeper connections.
It's been a pleasure.
And remember, sometimes the most meaningful relationships blossom in the most unexpected places.
often with a little help from our four-legged friends.